Hey, welcome to Unnecessary Roughness. You got King David, Abrew, and Lady T as our producer. We got a great show tonight, man. First of all, we got to give a big thanks, big heartfelt, big way to go, UGA. We're going to get to them last in the show, but we're going to start opening up and say, hey, Dogs did exactly what we thought they was going to do, and they came out and handled business. So, hey, I didn't have to be embarrassed. And yes, I am talking junk all day long. And yes, a lot of Bama fans are in their feelings. They coming up, throwing up. Well, y'all still 2-7. Only a sore loser always bring up the past. What have you done for me lately, baby? And right now, Georgia's king. What'd you say, Dave? King David, Georgia King,
Georgia King. They're the king on the mountaintop right now.
King on the mountaintop, baby. You know it. So we got a lot to cover, man. We're gonna start out with that butt whooping was good, but now we're gonna move over to the Texas Tech BYU. I thought even though Texas Tech beat BYU pretty bad the first time, I must admit I had to go back and look at the score. It was like 29-7 or something like that. And this time they beat these boys like 35, so more, 35-7, and they really dominated BYU. It made it seem like BYU shouldn't even been there in the first place. Kalani Sitake had his team. He's a great coach, but yeah, they're not ready for that type of level. And we also know that Texas Tech got that war money, so they had the NIL money, you know what I mean? But hey, all colleges do that. So I ain't mad at Texas Tech. You got to do what you got to do to win. And they did exactly what they did, and they did look dominant over BYU. What you think, King David?
Oh, absolutely. Texas Tech did what they're supposed to do. There's a better team. We say there was a better team on paper. I thought BYU would have more fight, but hey, sometimes you just outmatch, man. It's just that's all you can do. But yeah, they I guess they done their best. It was a championship game, so they earned themselves to be there with winning through the regular season. So they earned it. But yeah, they were just outmatched. It was a one-sided game pretty much all game. So yeah, congrats to Texas Tech on that, and they're in the playoff, and now they got to show against the big dogs.
None of got to show up with the big dog. I think they got a bye week right now. Texas Tech got a bye week, and they'll play the winner of Oregon and what was that? Oregon and
James Madison, I think.
yeah, James Madison. Which listen, Oregon gonna mollywop James Madison. I'm glad James Madison is in, but I ain't gonna say mollywop. I shouldn't say that because that's disrespect to anybody, any of the football players that play for James Madison that listen to our show. So let me say this. I just think the level of player, level of competition that Oregon have with the financial backing of Nike and all the NIL, they're gonna get the better athlete that James Madison can't get, and they're probably gonna dominate James Madison in that particular game. So if I'm Texas Tech, not taking nothing away from James Madison because you got to line up and play that game, but hey, I'm probably gonna be prepared to face Oregon.
Yeah, Oregon should win, but any given Saturday, I haven't watched much of James Madison because of the conference they in.
Exactly.
Really not on our network and TV, so haven't watched much of them, so I don't really know their style of play. But yeah, Oregon should dominate them. They should win that game, but again, any given Saturday, Oregon might have a bad game, don't show up, not prepared. Who knows? James Madison is still one, but
And that's
Oregon
that's
should win.
and that's what I was saying. That's why I changed it and said mollywop because it's in the given Sunday, man. You got to line up and play. You got to line up and play. You know what I mean? And that's in any given Sunday. Anything can happen. Quarterback can go out, running back can go out, defense can go fall flat. So you're right. And that's why I changed it, man, because I don't want to discredit James Madison, but on paper, Oregon the better team. But we never
Right.
know clock when the clock start and the game start. You just never know. So I'm with that. You know what I mean? So hats off to Texas Tech. BYU, man, great season. They should get a good bowl game. But now we move on to the ACC, Duke and Virginia. Duke feels slighted that they didn't get in the ACC after they didn't get in the CFP as the ACC champions. But at the same time, and me and you were both, well, I can't say me, I can't speak for you, but I was wrong on that. I thought Virginia was the most physical team from watching Virginia, and I thought they was going to beat Duke. Manessa, Duke quarterback, man, he's awesome. He came out and did their thing. They actually put some over. Well, not put, Virginia did come back, but they ended up winning in overtime. So, but you shouldn't be a five loss. A five loss team cannot get in the playoff. Cannot get in the playoff.
Yeah, I was wrong as well. I picked Virginia in that game, and Duke came out and did what they're supposed to do. So I get it, and I get the CLP and how they did it. Correct five-loss team, but at the same time, it's like ACC got to fix their system because it
Mhm.
was like a five-way tie. So Miami should have been there, but because of the five-way tie, Duke got in or something weird like that. But it should have been Miami. So ACC got to fix that, man. That was a disgrace.
It
So I
was.
get why the CFP didn't can't put Duke in because of five losses, even though they won the championship, ACC
That's up,
championship.
bro.
But yeah,
So
so
both
ACC got to
teams.
fix it.
So both teams that was in the championship, neither one of them gonna even sniff the CLP. You know what I mean? Miami, who's probably at the mall or out there on the beach, you know what I mean, resting, watching these two teams play and beat each other up, and be like, "Hey man, we gonna get in anyway, baby." Well, they didn't know they was gonna get in, but I assume I assumed that the CLP committee was gonna put Miami in. You know what I mean? Especially when they said Duke, especially when Duke won. Now, I think if not Virginia Tech, but Virginia would have won, I think they would have somehow got in. But I don't think they was ranked.
Virginia, nah,
Let me see.
Virginia was ranked higher. I think. I think they
Yeah,
might have been higher ranked.
they 19. So yeah, so with that, they got to get that fixed. But yeah, Miami let sit there and let them beat each other up, and then they somehow got backdoored them, and then I thought. And so with after Alabama, now what was the most shocking point today, King David? And we you text me during this particular time. Was you shocked or disappointed when you saw Bama got in with 3 losses?
A little bit of both. A little bit of both. I understand how they got in, strength
Mm-hmm.
of record and all that, because they was basically going against Miami and Notre Dame. So
Mm-hmm.
that was their competition. So based on the strength of schedule and who they played was a lot better than those two teams. So I get that aspect, but still you a three-loss team.
Yeah, you're a
So
3 loss team.
so you got in over the likes of like I said Vandy. You basically with Texas. Texas three-loss team. They didn't play in the conference championship game, but
Mm-hmm.
Texas losses looked better than Bama's losses with losing to Georgia and Ohio State and Florida.
Exactly.
So their losses look better than Bama losses. So I get it. I didn't understand it really. So a little shocked, a little disappointed in the way we beat them. I
Mm.
can't say Alabama is one of the best 12 teams right now. They might have started that way, but right now, no.
Yeah, and they got dominated, man. So yeah, so I was a little shocked. I was a little shocked with that because after we talked our last show, I thought Bama would not get in with a 3 loss team. I was on the fence all week long talking about Georgia, and we're gonna get into Georgia, people. We're gonna save Georgia for the last because we're gonna be on that topic a lot longer. And so with the Duke and Virginia, man, that was a good game. I watched that. I was going back and forth between that game and the Indiana
Yeah.
Ohio game. So and Duke looked pretty good. Then Duke really came to shock people. Unfortunately, they lost five games that hurt them. You know what I mean? And so maybe next year, but if they can keep people from not going to the transfer portal. Duke got a great system there, and Manny got those boys playing really well up there. I was shocked. I thought Troy was gonna have Virginia playing a little bit better than what they did, but it's like Duke came out and slapped those cats in the mouth, and they had to figure out that they was actually in a ball game.
Yeah, if you for Virginia, it's like you win, you in. So I really don't know why they didn't have more motivation. I can say that should be all the motivation you need from a coach. Like you win, you in the playoff, you got a shot. You win the national championship.
Mhm.
Probably wouldn't have happened, but you win there, so you got a shot. But yeah,
That's definitely
so
true.
for them to come out and play the way they played in that game, and like I say, let Duke just dominate them pretty much, out physical them most of the game.
They did.
Yeah, so that's a little disappointing. That they wasn't ready to play.
Yeah, I thought Virginia should have been ready to play, but then let's move over to the Indiana, man. You know, I want to give hats off to Texas Tech. I want to give hats off to Duke, because we talked about them last week and gave predictions. So I'm gonna be honest with you, I was wrong in the Duke Virginia game. I did thought Virginia was gonna beat them, but we did pick Texas Tech over BYU. So now this is one I was wrong in. Indiana and Ohio. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't think Indiana had nothing for Ohio. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm a homer. I'm a SEC guy, but Indiana showed up, and I didn't know Indiana had the defense like that. Or is it Indiana, or was it Ryan Day didn't have his guys to play? Because remember last year he took an L to Michigan. Then he took this thing around and they went on and won a natty. But I think Indiana slapped those cats in the mouth yesterday, that 13-10 game.
Yeah, Indiana defense looking pretty solid against Ohio State. Now, saying is a freshman, I believe, but
Hmm.
so they was able to get out there and they had like 5 sacks on him, and in
Hmm.
moments he looked shocked and shook and all kind of stuff. But yeah, their defense looked pretty good against Ohio State. I can't take nothing away from them. Kept their run game at bay. Um, so yeah, defense looked good. Like I said, the first half, Indiana they looked very good offensively.
Yeah,
Um, with Mendoza, Ohio State came out and basically knocked them out of the game on like the first play or something. I hit him and hurt him. So it looked like it was going to be a one-sided game at that point. But
yeah.
yeah, Indiana got a lot of heart. They fought back and got the win.
They did get the win. And I'm gonna tell you, I woke up to when we was going through our comments today on YouTube and TikTok, and what I mean, if you like I say, follow us on Unnecessary Roughness on TikTok and YouTube, you know what I mean, and X. We got an Unnecessary Roughness page on X. We get at you. I respond, man. We interact with that with our fans, with our followers. I was shocked. I was really shocked the way um Indiana defense, like I said, because if you notice, when the game first started, Curry, the Ohio State defensive end, he put a lick on Mendoza. To Mendoza, I ain't know Mendoza gonna bounce back, bro. I thought that was gonna be it. But Mendoza went to the sideline, let his little brother came in for one play, hand that thing off, and then he came back in. He was ready to go. I think sometimes you got to get that wake up call. And I thought, and even though Curry was a misfit, Ohio State defensive Curry was a misfit pretty much all game. He did his thing, and I can appreciate the defensive end play. But man, some of the throws that Mendoza made on when they needed it, man, that really helped them out. Now it didn't help that Ohio State missed that field goal, or they didn't get it on 4th and 1. That didn't help. That really didn't help their case. But how you sank you did a young Hoku miss on that, but that thing went so far left, bro. I was like, man,
They still got kicking issues this many years later, huh?
exactly. She got kick it, yeah, because he missed a field goal with us, and we went on to beat was that TCU that year? I
Yeah.
thought it was
Yeah.
TCU. Yeah. We went on to beat TCU because we had beat Alabama before. So I'm gonna be honest with you from what I saw, and like I said, we got some Big Ten. I had some Big Ten comments. They were like, "Oh man, what y'all smoking on that show? Y'all just homers." They were saying that big SEC ain't gonna win anything, and Big Ten don't want. And I hats off. Big Ten has won the last two, right? You know what I mean? Big Ten has won the last two, but at the same time, we can't take away this. Is a whole nother year right here. This right here is ready to. We finna go in there and punch some people in the mouth. I think this year Georgia team gonna punch somebody in the mouth, and I don't think neither. I don't think the game that I saw out of Indiana and Ohio State yesterday against the Dogs that played yesterday's Bama. I don't think nobody want to see them cats.
Them teams wasn't okay, but yeah, I don't think they would match up against the dogs. Like I say, the way they played against Bama and what I seen, like say in the Big Ten game, that's gonna be a long night for them guys, man. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
the dogs look like they ready to hunt. They were hunting against Bama,
Yeah.
and they look like they ready to hunt right now. So yeah, it'll be a long night for Mendoza or Sayin.
Oh yeah. And saying being and saying being a rookie, I said a rookie, but he a freshman. With Sam being a freshman, man, with Kirby, how Kirby going to put those defenses in certain places and have those cats coming at him. Even though I saw some, I saw some Ohio State had some little offensive line issues going on with that particular game, and so that's why I was watching because I want to see what everybody talking about the Big Ten. You know what I mean? I think the last 2 years, Michigan, when they won that championship, they said we want Georgia, and they ain't let Georgia in. Luckily, they ain't let Georgia in, but it's all good. Y'all beat up a Michael Penix Washington team, and then last year Ohio State won. You know, Georgia was hampered, and Notre Dame beat us up pretty good. So hey, I take away. I'm a homer. Yes, I'm a UGA. I'm a dog. But when we lose, we lose. But this year, I don't see nobody in the Big Ten coming to cause ruckus like that.
No, I didn't see it. Like I say, yeah, the Indiana defense looked really good, but yeah, I think it'll be a matchup issue for them against UGA. If those two teams meet, like I said, still a lot of football, still a lot of teams to play, but yeah, that'll be a tough game, I think, for them.
For them.
Supposed to.
So with let's talk about the CFP, man. We're gonna so big ups to Indiana. I was wrong on that game. I did pick Ohio State because I thought Ohio State would win that game, but hey, Indiana came to play, and I told y'all I questioned Ryan Day. I've been questioning Ryan Day for a minute. You know what I mean? I really believe they had to buy one. They had to go get some SEC players and give them that money to come over. They watch. We're gonna have all kind of crazy comments in the morning. You know what I mean? But I said what I said. I stand 10 toes down here. You
So
know
the
what I mean?
SEC did win it. Then he had to go get all the SEC players. So the SEC still won.
Exactly. SEC still winning. You're right, man. So, and when this college football playoff, that's how it's going to be set up going into the playoffs. This was pretty much the final right here. Let's start out in the corner, man. Let's start out with the Alabama OU. Who do you think who do you think walk away with the win in that CFP Alabama OU game?
This is the rematch from earlier this season, but I like the defense in this one. So I like OU. Bama seemed to be on the decline at this point. So they've been
Mhm.
declining over the last probably about 5 or 6 weeks. So unless something drastically changed, they won't play until what maybe December 19th or 20th, somewhere around there. So unless something drastically changed in their system, I like OU to win this game on the defense.
And even though they always say it's hard to beat the team twice, and I respect that, it is hard to beat the team twice. But I think they're having to go back to Norman because they got to go back to Norman. And it's in their head. You know what I mean? They lost last year to OU and they lost this year to OU. And we know Brent Venables have a defense. He got a tough nose defense. Now, whatever Mateer do up there as quarterback, if it ain't gonna determine how the engine go offensively. But we know that defense gonna show up in OU. And I saw Ty Simpson get rattled the last few weeks by OU a few weeks ago, by Georgia yesterday, and he got rattled with Florida. With not Florida, with Florida State. You know what I mean? He got rattled. So I saw Ty Simpson getting rattled, and when you bring that pressure at the front, he can make some erratic throws and hurt his team.
Yeah, and they got to get a run game. Like I said, Jam Miller, I don't know where he at, and they running backs, but they don't have a run game. So that against a good defense, you cannot be one dimensional.
And there was -3 running yards against some dog, bro. We would bite you and say, "We gonna get it to him out." You see, I'm keep itching that way, but I'm trying to go through our process, bro. I'm itching to get to these dogs, bro. You know what I mean? When I get to the dogs, everybody's just gonna drop off because it's gonna be all dogs at that point. And fire Raheem. Fire Raheem. Raheem should be fired tomorrow. Raheem should be getting fired right now, bro. Right now, he should be getting escorted out of the
Breaking
building.
news.
Breaking news: Raheem Morris should be getting fired right now. All right, man. Let's get into the next one. JMU, Oregon. Who you taking it out?
Oregon. We mentioned that a little earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Oregon should win that one. They got a better athletes, probably the better coach. I don't really know JMU coach, but yeah, better athletes, probably more money in their program. So
I
Oregon
think
should come out on that one.
I think JMU coach is going to
He
Florida.
is.
He going to Florida. So
Uh, no,
it's a
that's Tulane. I think that might be Tulane coach going to Florida.
it's one of them going.
JMU going. He going somewhere else though. He's leaving too.
He's leaving that. So yeah, I mean they're playing for pride right now, but I think he's gonna be short lived, and he gonna get on out of there and go on somewhere else, man. University of Miami, Texas A&M.
It's a pretty good game. Pretty good game. Man, I'm gonna say A&M. I'm gonna say they're gonna cause some turnovers with Carson Beck. So I'm gonna say A&M in that game. Knock off Miami.
I'm gonna go with A&M, but it been speculated. I don't know because I don't know this kid, but it been speculated that Marcel Reed can't really read the defense. So if they come out, and Miami got a pretty solid defense, at least for the ACC standard. And so if they come out mixing some things up, some blitzes. Now Marcel Reed is a fast quarterback. He's pretty fast. But if we come out and lighten this thing up, I mean, blitzing them and going from cover three and then go to man to cover fours and all these other stuff, Marcel Reed could be, you know what I mean? If he start throwing interception and fumbling early, I think he gonna mess with the psyche, just like it did with Texas.
Okay.
And I'm pulling for the kid. So I'm pulling for Texas A&M, but at the same time, and then Beck known for throwing some interceptions. So it's gonna go down with what Texas A&M throw at Beck too, because Beck will give you that. He will give you the rock, man. He'll turn that thing over. So right now I'm leaning toward Texas A&M. And let's go to the last one, man. Tulane, Ohio, not Ohio. Tulane and Ole Miss.
It's kind of a tough one for me to choose because I don't know what Ole Miss is without their coach. The
Mhm.
new coach, yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna probably lean towards Ole Miss, having a better athlete at this point.
Mhm.
But yeah, I don't know what the coach what their team gonna look like without Lane. I know the OC coming back to call the game for them,
Yeah,
Wise
Charles
Jr.
Weiss. Mm-hmm.
So that might help. And they did spank Tulane during the regular season by like 5 touchdowns or something. So
Mm-hmm.
you know they're capable of doing it. But it's kind of a tough game to call. But I'm gonna say Ole Miss still in this one.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Ole Miss on that. Either way, I think they'll have enough defense to kind of smother Ole Miss. I mean Tulane, in that, and then the physicality of the different type athlete. Man, you talk about a power forward versus, I forgot the conference Tulane in, but it's a different athlete. They got more NIL money. You can see that Ole Miss did put some NIL money. They even gave us a little run for a minute. You know what I mean? When they came to Sanford, came to Athens this year. You know what I mean? So I definitely think that they um, cover Tulane easily. Easily, there should be a victory for Pete Golden and that staff down there that he's putting together. With that, man, and then so then those guys get to the dogs. I hope the dogs get a chance to rest up. I hope the dogs get Drew Bobo back and a couple other people that might be injured with this rest that's coming. But one thing about Georgia, when we do have a long layoff, man, we come back kind of rusty. So I want to make sure. I would love for Kirby to be on those cats and we come out and just try to dominate through this playoff.
Yeah, it'll be good to get healthy. But my man at center, they pretty good. Malachi Tolliver done well against
Mm-hmm.
the Alabama 300, the big dude for Alabama, Tim Keene. So yeah, getting Drew Borak should help, but we
Mm-hmm.
didn't really miss a beat in this game.
I must admit, we really didn't. You know what I mean? And then I would like to see Georgia advance, and then we're going to meet the Ohio State Buckeyes. A lot of people was talking about the Buckeyes. A lot of Big Ten fans always talking about we clowns or we don't know football or we don't know what we talking about. And I'm like, whatever, bro. But I guarantee this year, Ohio State better not show up. The Ohio State ass better not show up against UGA like they showed up against Indiana. Now, the disappointing part of that mess, that's how you know these committees for the Big Ten. Even though Ohio State only went down one, that means everybody pretty much got to travel north. We're gonna have to go up to the shoe.
Well,
Well,
no, we
no, it's
won't.
Bogate. That's
Like
right.
that'll be Bogarts. It'll be in
That's right. It'll be
New
Bogate.
Orleans.
That's right. But
We'll play in New Orleans.
either way, baby. Either way, I want to put belt to ass with anybody we playing. Let me say that. Last year, the team wasn't as good. Kirby had I think that was the best coaching job Kirby had to do. He had to coach last year, cause we didn't have the talent. This year here, I think this is a young team, hard to kill, resilient, and I think these boys got a shot to make a run after that, especially with Gunnar Stockton in his Pawpaw 84 Ford.
Yeah, and Gunnar probably the key last year at this time. Like I said, he was a freshman really. He came in the SEC championship game. After Beck got hurt, like after halftime or something. So he
Doing
was
the
new.
Texas game. Mm-hmm.
Right. So Notre Dame probably threw a lot at it. So he was just trying to adjust. Now he done had a full off season. He's ready now. He's not a rookie, freshman or sophomore at this point. He know what he's doing. So how to operate the system and the scheme that might be Bubba was running. So he's the key. So we're fine in that aspect.
Oh, okay. And man, I'm thankful our producer, man. She got it right here, man. Tulane is in the AAC, American Athletic Conference. So that'll work right there, man. You know what I mean? So because I didn't know they conference, boy. That's why I love the producer, boy. She behind the scenes typing that stuff in for us, so we won't look that bad. So let me so now, man, you know this it's drum roll time, baby. It's drum roll time. It's all about the dogs, man. And we put that belted ass to the roll ties. You know what I mean? We did, bro. You know, it's all about the G. Now I'm gonna have some of my Alabama fans gonna be like, oh man, come on, about time. Oh, because one dude already hit me online. You know, because I've been talking ish. I'm gonna talk ish. That's what April do. I'm gonna talk ish. I'm gonna respond to your comments. I'm petty like that. You know, I'm Donald Trump petty. I believe in calling you out by name. I'm petty. You petty, I'm petty. I'm at the point where I had to stop arguing with people, bro. I had to stop arguing with people. King David. Now my motto is if only you got as an avatar and one subscriber, I ain't even responding to you. Damn it, I'm not even responding to you. I ain't
Waste
even
of time.
arguing with you, bro. I'm not even arguing with you at that point. I'm just gonna skip over your comment. I'm just saying. You gonna argue with me? Go get your team up. Go get your team up. Nah, I'm just teasing, man. Now I'm just shooting, but y'all know I be talking junk, man. Now I'm gonna no, but on 100, you said when we did our Thursday show that we was gonna win this game. Did you think we was winning this game by the margin that we did? Because I didn't see 28-7. Let me say I wanted 28-7 on our Thursday show, but I didn't see it. So break it down for me.
No, we actually made the prediction. I believe the prediction I made was a lot closer than this. So yeah, I didn't see this. I felt we was going to win. I was pretty confident in that, but I felt it'd be a little closer within probably a touchdown. So I did not see um, three touchdowns
Mhm.
difference. It should have been a lot more than that. The way this game felt, looked like we beat them 40-7. To be honest with you, how dominant we were. But yeah, no, this was a there was a whooping. There was a beating um, that made up for some of the losses we took against them in the past. So this
Mhm.
was one that was warranted. But no, I didn't see this, brew. Feels good, but I didn't see it.
It definitely feels good, man. I kind of saw how the game was going to go. Probably after our third series, because it was defensive defense. They'll stop us. I think we went three and out. Then we kicked the ball off the Bama. We had them. No, we got one first down on the first drive, and then we had them the three and out, and we was going back and forth for a minute. And I was like, okay, the defense showing up. The defense coming to play. Ain't finna be no 14-point lead like they did in Athens and 28-point lead like we did last year with Mirrors. That ain't finna happen this year. So when I saw that, I was like, okay, this our type game right here. We finna lay on you. We finna be physical, and we finna put that belt to ass on you. And I thought that's what Kirby did. I thought I thought what it, what I saw from Alabama, I saw a vanilla offense. I was looking for more from Ryan Grubbs, but maybe the defense that his offense was facing couldn't do what he wanted to do, and they had to try to change some things up.
Yeah. We about to change. I don't know if it was belt to ass, man. That might have been more of a switch to ass there, bro. That was a whole school woman, that bro. Extension cord or something. That was no just a belt.
Let me tell you, man. You know that was one of the one where your grandma tell you to go get the switch and you
Right.
she plat that thing up, bro. Yeah, that was one of them, bro. And I was telling somebody deep down, I was hoping for a shutout, but I knew you can't shut a team out in the SEC championship for ratings wise. And some people gonna be like, "Oh man, they had nothing to do with ratings. We just gonna score." I do a little media. We do media. That's why, so I kind of know how the Nielsen ratings work, especially when I was in school for media. You know what I mean? So you got to keep the people interested and you got to keep the ratings. So when they're paying for commercials, because if the ratings ever drop, the commercial drop, you got to give people refunds. So I kind of know how that stuff works. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you got to score a little bit. You got to keep people in the game like, oh, they might can come back when they know they couldn't come back and they should have been shut out. You know what I mean? Roll down tide on that. You know, I'm just being honest with you. But
It was definitely some situational refereeing.
always some situation where on that drive, bro, every time you got a 15 yarder and then we got another, you know what I mean? So yeah, I was hoping to shut out, but I understand the referee had to give him some stuff, some 15 yards and some. Yeah, it was two big penalties on them of 15, and the last one of them was they didn't even replay it. Remember we was talking about they didn't even replay that one. We probably was a phantom call, and then the PI he got down there by himself. Yeah, well that was PI, but oh well. So, but I'm gonna be honest with you. The first time Ty Simpson was very accurate against us. He was 13 for 19 on third down. I knew that wasn't gonna happen after seeing the second half of that particular game, and then that's why it made me disappointed with the second half of that game because I was looking at it like if we shut them down in the second half, why the heck we didn't shut them down in the first half? Why you didn't call this defense earlier? So and then the run game, then they didn't run, they didn't have a whole lot of yards on us. Then they didn't just run over us the first time. Actually, we had more rushing yards than they did that first game.
We did. Like I said, when we look at it, we set them out for 5 quarters for the last 2 games we played. The third and fourth quarter, first, second, and third of this game. So
Mhm.
5 quarters, we just shut them out. So
Yeah, we shut them boys. We shut Bama out for five. You're right, for 5 quarters. And then I had one guy in our comments earlier was talking about, oh yeah, but we got 18 championships and man, Alabama got 18. You ain't got a damn thing. You just a fan. Get your country ass on. You know what I mean? That's how I am, bro. You know what I mean? I'm okay. If you want to throw the pass, you mad? I'm hitting with the Richard Sherman and Tom. You mad, bro? You mad, bro?
look,
Huh.
just
So,
enjoy this. Just enjoy this dog whooping.
I mean, yeah, I mean, that's what I wanted to do. But I'm gonna talk my ears because you remember when we lost, when UGA
Oh yeah.
lost in Athens, we woke up with 600 comments, bro. They was on my ass, bro. They was on Brew. Brew had to read. It took me about 2 days to go through all them comments, bro. I went through them, bro. I went through them from TikTok to Instagram to YouTube, to all our other channels. I went through them, bro. And they was on Brew, bro. They was on us, bro. You know what I mean? To the point where I couldn't even say nothing. Like, yeah,
Right,
yeah.
you got it.
Block. Block them both. Oh man, man, man.
After this game, we'll unblock you now.
Yeah, I'm blocking you now. But yeah, so but going back to it, man. And then I saw Kalen Du Bois' interview. He was saying they had a lot of hurt people, and I think they did have like 13. What it was like 10 people hurt or something like that. But at this time of year, everybody got injuries.
Football.
It's football. Everybody got injuries. You know what I mean? I understand you was missing your key running back, Jam Miller. He got hurt the week before in the Auburn game, but Jam wasn't a factor when he played us in Athens.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So go ahead, Dave.
It wouldn't matter. Jam Miller, Mark Ingram, Derrick Henry. It wouldn't have mattered.
It wouldn't matter. Trent, you can what the other boy name?
Well, Trent Richardson, yeah,
Trent
Trent
Richardson. It
Richardson.
wouldn't matter. You know what I
It
mean?
wasn't
It
bad.
wouldn't matter. This game right here, I'm gonna be honest with you. And watch, I'm gonna have some comments with this one here, but I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't give a hoot if Nick Saban's on the other sideline with this particular game. It just won't. They weren't gonna win this one. You know what I mean? They wasn't going. You had your fun. You got Kirby 1-7, okay, and y'all dog walked us for some years, and but this particular game here, I just don't believe they was gonna win. When I looked in, I saw some interviews of Kirby in the midweek. He had that psycho look on his face, like you know what I mean. He'll beat your grandma up, bro. so I was like, Kellen the boy pretty much in trouble.
Yeah, yeah. You can see it in the face. Yeah, he knew they was in trouble this one. Definitely after the game started, he knew they was in trouble.
So do
But
you think do you think I was shocked that they like I said, we talked about this earlier. I was shocked that they made the playoff, but I was really shocked. I wasn't shocked because I figured they were gonna put them in this year here after what happened with SMU and all that last year. I figured they was gonna make sure Bama get in because they don't want that tobacco no more. But what I was really shocked that nobody brought up the fact that they had negative 3 yards. Bama set a record for negative 3 yards. You know what I mean? In the SEC game, nobody had they don't team got negative rushing yards. And I knew, and so with that, I was hoping to see. Um, I'm a homer. I'm a SEC. I'm a UGA. I was hoping that everything get in. But I wasn't shocked or disappointed when they didn't get in. But I am glad they put them on the other side, so we don't have to see them 3 times in a row unless it's the natty. You know what I mean? That gives us let's go play somebody else, and you get to play somebody else, and then we go from there. But yeah, negative 3 yards, baby. UGA. That defense was hell.
it's funny when you think about it. They had more rushing yards before the game started.
Yeah, damn sure did. Damn sure did. So do you think it's speculated, it's rumored that Ryan Williams is leaving. Ryan Williams might transfer this year. Seems like he's, and this is just speculation from a couple of Alabama fans I know that be talking to me online. They were saying Ryan Williams is not happy with the offense. He's been kind of excluded. I don't know what happened. Did Ryan Williams take a step back? I don't know because I don't watch Alabama that particular close to see the details. But a lot of people saying that Ryan Williams is looking to transfer and possibly transfer to, I think, with Lane Kiffin in LSU. That's what a lot of the speculation is coming out of Tuscaloosa.
He's a talented receiver. I don't know if he really focused on football this off season leading to this season here. So I don't know. Yeah, definitely talented. We just seen the firsthand.
Mhm.
Know his talent, what he can do. So very fast. So I think it's maybe a focus issue or a mental issue that's going on with him. Why he's not really playing as well right now. But again, that's a them problem.
That is a big
So
problem. I could care less about them. I could care less about Ryan Williams or Alabama. Let me say that. But I was just saying because it's news, and they were saying that hey, he might be transferring out because of whatever might be going on between them. You know what I mean?
that's the era we in, though. You ain't happy somewhere you just transfer out. That's the era we in.
Transfer out.
Opposed to right, opposed to figuring it out and getting better. But well,
Exactly. So how was Gunnar Stockton to you yesterday, man? He only had 156 yards, but he had 3 TDs, but 156 yards. He had 39 yards rushing on 13 carries. Are we running? Are we running Gunnar too much? Or you think Georgia running him too much?
yeah, that's your quarterback. I think we go as he go right now. We don't want a situation where he get knocked out of the game and Pulaski coming in because
Mhm.
now we're back in the same situation that we were last year. When Beck went out, now we had a young quarterback in Stockton having to face some defenses. So yeah, I wouldn't run him as much. More situational runs, but you don't want him to take hits. He took some hits yesterday and looked like he might have been chopped Saturday. So
Yeah.
so yeah, yesterday. So and at times looked like he might have been a little hurt.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I wouldn't run him as much. I handed it off to my running back, man. Frazier was running hard. Yeah, we're gonna need Gunner. But he played well. He managed the game to answer that question. That's about where he should be. 150, 160, no more than about 200 yards.
Mm-hmm.
Because we should depend on the run game and our defense.
And Dave Frazier had 52 yards on the ground. He was out, of course, he was our lead rusher, 52 yards on the ground. And Dylan Bell had, he's our gadget guy. He had another 24 yards on the ground. But Chauncey Bowles had 23 yards. I didn't think we was going to see Chauncey in that particular game, but when Gunner threw that pass, it kind of left Nate Frazier out. You know, like one of the first plays of the game, and Nate took that big shot. You know what I mean? Nate's a hell of a guy because he got up from that. He had to go to the sideline, but that was a big shot. And
He
that
took two
ball,
big shots, I believe. There's another one he took a big shot with.
he did. He
So
did.
yeah.
So and Gunner's still a young quarterback, even though he's been in the system a while. He's still a young quarterback, man. He's the only guy. Well, now he got double-digit starts on his belt as we start looking back over it. So he can't put his receivers out there, even if he's checking that thing down. Hopefully he can. Hopefully he can see. He can read the defense a little bit better and not lead this receiver or running back to those big hits, man. Because that can put those guys out. I was just a little shocked when Nate got up.
Yeah, he definitely owed Nate a dinner or something, a massage. He gonna you owe Nate on that one.
Mm-hmm.
And the second one, because you caused him to get popped twice, look like in this game. So yeah, hopefully learn. We gotta put the ball in certain positions so you don't take those hits. So absolutely. And that's some coaching to help him out too. And having the chemistry with your guys. Like, look,
Exactly.
don't throw the ball here or here when I'm running this route or whatever. So, yeah, that's just having chemistry with the guys, the receiver.
But I was good because he only had Stockton had efficiency and clean performance. So that's about Stockton's game. If we can do that and get that running game to going, because with that puts us over 100 yards. And then the receivers, Zachariah Branch had 53, Dylan Bell had 45, Cass Jones had 21, Lost Lucky 18, and Duck had 10. I was shocked that where's Noah Thomas? He wasn't on the injured list. Where was he? Why he didn't even have a target? So I was shocked with that, having a big 6'5" receiver that went off. What team was that? Went off against
It's a Texas, maybe?
is Texas. He had two tutties against Texas. You know what I mean? So I was shocked, man, not to see him yesterday. You know what I mean? Even get one target.
Yeah, I think that's the Georgia way, though, bro. Today you might have a good game. Next week, it's somebody else. It's the ultimate team game with Georgia. So yeah, it's about the team. So if you come to Georgia, you just got to know that you might have a big game. Not unless you Branch. Now they gonna get the ball to Branch. He's just too electric not to give in the ball.
Mm-hmm. He is, but it concerns me with the bubble screens all the time. The Branch. I think with his speed, let's see if Gunner can air that thing out. I would like to see Gunner air that thing out the Branch, bro. That cat got mad speed. If he get a step on you, he's gone. But he's not a big guy now. He's not the biggest guy. He reminds me of Steve Smith in the Carolina Panthers, from the Carolina Panthers
Yeah,
back in the day.
yeah, you would definitely want to see some over the top throws, but I think the strategy is just get it in his hand. Any way we can, get it in his hands. And some special gonna have we seen on the last touchdown that Georgia had. It was like a little screen. He made a couple guys miss and went to the zone.
He did. So
So
I like Branch. You know what I mean? And then I got to talk about it. We are homeless, but my man Bernard had 6 receivers and 62 yards. So and Ty Simpson had 212 yards passing. But did you see what Ty Simpson QBR was yesterday?
no.
20.
That's about right. He was like 19 for 40 or 19 for
His
39 or something.
QBR was 19.9. That was his official QBR when I'm looking over at the screen. You know what I
That's
mean?
about
Gunner
right.
was 80, 84, so 83.9. Boy, they was on tie ass. They was belt. It was belt to him, bro. You know what I mean? It was.
Yeah,
It was.
he brought on himself though, because he came to after he was waving bye to the crowd. Like you say, Kirby remembers stuff like that, and so and now you might forever be on that dude bad side
He
if you
petty.
top that.
Kirby's
So
pretty. Kirby's pretty damn petty. He really is. So you know what I mean. So big ups. Like I said, man, big ups to the dogs. We did get the win. One of the last subjects I want to talk about before we do close out, man, with the CLP, Notre Dame feel like they were snubbed because they word is that they saw Bama got beat by 3 tutties, so they didn't think Bama deserving to get in. Miami got in, Notre Dame got snubbed after Bama got in. So Notre Dame said they opting out of the bowl games. They don't want. They're not even planning any bowl games. I was shocked. I was shocked by that. That's a selfish move. Um, they because they said there was absurd force over Notre Dame, Miami, but Miami beat them. Miami beat Notre Dame early in the season,
yeah,
and so even though Notre Dame went on a 10-game winning streak, yeah, they playing good ball. But maybe if your ass join a conference instead of being independent, you will have some leverage there. You know what I mean? With them being independent all the time, where's the true leverage?
yeah, that was a soft move for them to say we're not going to play in the bowl game. That's a weak for them to do that. But I agree with you. Join the conference, and you pretty much played a weak schedule. Your
It
two
is.
tough teams you played, you lost. Miami and A&M, you
Mm-hmm.
lost. So yeah, you went on a 10-game winning streak and you was beating them by 30 points, but you wouldn't play nobody.
Exactly.
Playing Navy and teams like that.
I want to
Teams that
see
not even in the playoff anyway. So yeah,
exactly.
so you played two playoff teams, you lost. So yeah, join the conference. Um, toughen up Notre Dame. 'Cause that's soft.
You're right.
SOF capital T.
So you're right because they played Purdue, Arkansas, Boise State, North Carolina State, USC, Boston College, Navy, Pitt, Syracuse, and Stanford. You're right. You destroying these teams. And poor Syracuse, they beat them 70-7. But ranked teams, USC ranked number 20, and Pitt
Yeah,
ranked
but they
22.
don't play right. USC and Pitt, but USC don't play no defense anyway.
Exactly. And Miami and but you're right, the Miami and Texas A&M, you did lose. So I just look at it, and I don't care if you beat teams by 30 or whatever. I could care less about that. You know what I mean? Join the conference. You know what I mean? Join the conference and get in there, and that'll help you out because them and what's that? UConn Huskies are the only if they're the only independent teams. They're not in the conference. FBS independents. Join the conference, bro.
Right. So
And then
yeah,
you
yeah,
go ahead.
I'm with you. And I'm kind of in a way glad they did make it. They always make it. They always like the cupcakes when they squeeze them in. So I'm glad they didn't. Like I say, because they didn't earn it to me. No, I kind of wish, like I say, Georgia, we got a little revenge on them. So I wish they'd got it in that aspect, but
Mhm.
they didn't earn it. Like I said, they don't play nobody, so you should be beating those teams by that margin of points.
Exactly, and you think about Notre Dame spoiled? It's just a spoiled bunch of misfits up there. They they got evidently they don't need the money because at bowl games you get paid money. You get a couple $1 million by playing in the bowl game. Notre Dame got plenty of money, but I
Right.
was disappointed that they so spoiled. They was like, well, we don't need the money. We ain't gonna do nothing. You ain't let us in, so oh well. You know what I mean? So we just got a glitch, guys. We got a glitch. Hopefully, King David here come back. King David gonna come back in a minute, but I'm gonna hold it down. But yeah, Notre Dame or spoil bunch of guys up there with the gold helmets. They ain't gonna talk about their religion because hey, I don't do that. But at the same time, you should be in the bowl game. You went 12-2. It wasn't enough for you to get in, but hey, show up in the good bowl game. Let me see what you got. You know what I mean? Maybe that set you up for next year when the colleges got 16 teams, because that's what it's gonna be next year. And then it's gonna be a lot of teams get in next year. A lot of teams get in next year with Notre Dame. If Notre Dame winning, a lot of the 16 teams you gonna get in. You should be able to do your thing next year. But you are spoiled. And I was hoping they get in because I wanted somebody to put their head on Notre Dame and beat the gold leprechaun off of 'em.
Right, absolutely. But this only hurts them. Like I say, pulling a move like that, the committee might start looking like, okay, well, we're gonna let you in next year for you on the bubble.
Mhm.
What? It's a system. So yeah, so that's a tough move by them. So I didn't like it. I don't like them doing that.
It, exactly. And and I don't like to talk about the smaller schools because unfortunately, they can't help because they are smaller schools. But when we seeing schools like the Pitts and all in Georgia Southerns and Georgia States, if they was in another conference, they possibly can be in there. They're gonna get slaughtered. Those schools gonna get slaughtered because it's a different athlete, bro.
Yeah, well, more times than not, yeah, they're gonna get swallowed. Like I say, every now and then you might get a Cinderella, like you do in the basketball when they get a victory. But majority of the time, yeah, the power forward, the biggest school, the more talented school, more the most money gonna win.
So you think and like Pavia, because that's the case. Where's Pavia? I was pulling for Pavia. I was pulling for Pavia and Vandy to get in. I like Pavia, bro. I think Pavia he probably gonna sue the NCAA for another year eligibility. But I like Pavia, bro. I do, man. That kid, he ain't scared, bro. Pavia ain't scared, bro. He gonna lay it all out there. Now he gonna throw that shit up in the air and whoever catch it.
Hey man, he got plenty of heart, and he kind of got the it factor. He kind of try to do whatever it takes to win. So yeah,
He does.
I'm a fan. I'm a fan of Diego.
I'm a big fan. Do you think he should get a trip to New York? Even though I don't think he's gonna win it this year after what Mendoza did yesterday. But you think Pavia deserve a trip to New York for the Heisman?
Sure, why not? I don't know his numbers right off the top of my head, but yeah,
Mm.
to do what he did at Vandy and get him into this point when he got two losses. Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
they got two losses this year. I think with Mendoza beating Ohio State last night, I think
Yeah,
Mendoza probably sealed it.
yeah.
Last night with the Heisman, and he was excited. He came back and did his thing. So yeah, but man, it was so many other teams that I would like to see get in this CLP. And unfortunately, it's only 12 teams. Next year, don't we go 16 teams next year? I
I
think it's
feel like
16
we do,
teams.
but yeah, I feel like we do, but it might be after that. But yeah, it should be coming, I believe.
Yeah,
At
16 next
least,
year. If it's not next year, it's the year after. I know 16 teams is coming. And be honest with you, I think this is going to eventually open that thing up to 24 teams, bro. 2014 playoff, bro.
that'll be a long playoff. They have to
Yeah.
start this thing like beginning of December, right after the season, like now. They have to start the playoff.
Because next year or whenever they open, I know it's coming. Even when they open up the 16-team playoff, you still gonna have gripes. Somebody gonna be upset that they didn't get in. They just think they deserving to get in. You know what I mean?
So
Unfortunately, man.
that's always the brew. Even at 2014, somebody gonna be have a great. It's just gonna happen.
Hey, you imagine you the 25th day.
Right. It's gonna happen regardless.
Oh, and I'm with that. So with this, and we get ready to close this thing out, guys. If y'all want to follow us, y'all can follow us, like, and subscribe to the channel on TikTok or YouTube or X. We on all these platforms. We go live every Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday at 8:30. Tuesdays are usually our basketball game with basketball topics, what we talk about around the league and college. Thursday and Sunday, usually our football nights, 8:30 p.m. live. So feel free to Leave comments, and we always get back with you. We always chat with you if you hit us up during the live chat. And we might even put the link in here, so we'll give y'all guys opportunity to come in and holler at us if y'all want. But let me say this, and we definitely gonna close out with this right here. There's only a few teams I feel that can run this thing, but now can run to the natty. But by you in the CLP is any given football game because anything can happen. But looking at it, I think Ohio can still get to the natty. I think Georgia could get to the natty. I think the way I'm seeing Indiana play, they can get to the natty.
Mhm.
I would have said Bama, but the last 5 weeks, Bama hadn't been strong. Bama started the season off strong, and then they fell off. But like we said, that's a them problem. I don't think Oregon physical enough to get there. But that's just my opinion.
Think about Texas Tech. You don't think Texas Tech got enough?
I don't think Texas Tech. I like Marcel Reed.
Texas Tech.
Not
A&M.
Texas. I'm thinking Texas A&M. I think. Let's see. Somebody put some comments in there. Let's see. Let's show it. We gotta have the producer to pull that comment up. Pull that comment up right there, producer. What do you mean not this year? Bama already beat Georgia in Athens this year. What do you mean? On what comment? Elaborate what you trying to make a point on. I still don't think Bama can win a natty. If that's what you're saying, I don't think Bama can win a natty. I don't think Ty Simpson and that offense is strong enough right now. What I see some chinks in Bama armor, not only from last night game, but from the last few games. You know what I mean? They badly squeaked by Auburn. Auburn did everything but give them that game on a silver platter. They didn't beat Oklahoma in Norman, and they got to go back to Norman to face another Oklahoma team in Brent Venables defense. So if John Mateer plays well, I think Bama gonna be a first round out. That's just my opinion, Sarah. You know what I mean? But I hope I answer your question if that's what you're talking about. Yes, Bama did beat us in Athens this year, but then we put belt to ass last night in Atlanta.
Right, when it counted.
So when it counted, yeah, what I'm trying to. I was hoping I can see what you. So you can respond to that. Yeah. So, but yeah, I still don't think I still don't think Bama's good enough to win that. I don't believe in Kalen DeBoer. I think, and when Kirby and Glenn Schumann locked in, we saw what happened. When Brent Venables and his staff locked in, we saw what happened. When Mike Norvell started the beginning of the season before his wheels came off his program, we saw what happened to Bama. You know what I mean? And I'm not just a homer. I'm speaking from I'm seeing Bama start out slow, then they did extend because they beat us. Bama beat us this year. I can't take that away from them. And Ty Simpson came out hot, 13 for 19. I was shocked because I was talking mad shit about Ty Simpson. But he came out and put some on us in Athens. But even though we have been losing to Bama over the years, I didn't think he could do it twice. Not with Kirby Smart. Not in the same season. What do you think, King David?
Yeah, like I said, I knew they weren't gonna win yesterday. Alabama wasn't gonna beat us yesterday, so yeah, I really wouldn't worry about that. But yeah, they did in Athens. At least the first half. The second half, they were shut out. Like I say, we just shut them out for 5 quarters
Yeah.
in a row. So yeah, I think Bama's declining
Mhm.
at this part of the season. So yeah, I see a first run out for them personally. But yeah, that's kind of
All
what
right,
I see.
Sarah, if you still watching, do you think Kalen DeBoer gonna be our coach next year? Because rumors that he might leave. Especially if he get dog walked in the playoff. Do you think Kalen DeBoer be the head coach of Alabama next year? Or are they gonna try to bring in somebody else? Not the upcoming next year, not this one. So you can answer that, and we'll get back with you if we log off and don't catch it. I will respond to you the next show when we do the next show on Tuesday. So, but yeah, man, King David, man, that's all I got for tonight, man. You want to end it on something? You got some closing remarks?
Yeah, I gotta go finish my elephant bites. I've been eating elephant bites all weekend, so yeah, I gotta go finish that.
Goddamn
Go
elephant
dogs, go
bite. Hey,
dogs.
you tell me how they taste, bro. I might pass on that. Hey, with that said, man, I'm Abrew. That's King David, Lady T, our producer. Until next time, people.